several nations turn their back on Qatar, Turkey has emerged as the Gulf nation's most vocal defender.
They are declaring Qatari foundations that are founded to provide various services as terrorist organizations. There is no such thing. I'm acquainted with those foundations too, and I know them. Until now, I have not seen Qatar give support to terror.
While U.S. President Donald Trump has quickly become one of its greatest critics.
The nation of Qatar, unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism at a very high level. And in the wake of that conference, nations came together and spoke to me about confronting Qatar over its behavior. So we had a decision to make. Do we take the easy road, or do we finally take a hard but necessary action?
Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Bahrain, and the United Arab Emirates, just to name a few, have cut diplomatic ties, accusing it of sponsoring terrorism and aligning with Iran, allegations that Qatar has rejected. The rift is one of the biggest among Arab nations in decades, and U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says it's hurting U.S. military efforts in the fight against Daesh.
We call on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Egypt to ease the blockade against Qatar. There are humanitarian consequences to this blockade. We're seeing shortages of food, families are being forcibly separated, and children pulled out of school.
Turkey has stepped in, sending daily food and water supplies via its cargo planes. It also plans to deploy thousands of troops to the Gulf nation.
There are those who are uncomfortable with us standing by our Qatari brothers, providing them with food, exporting food and medical supplies to them. I'm sorry, but we'll continue to give every kind of support to Qatar.
Meanwhile, in Moscow, Qatar's foreign minister told his Russian counterpart that the country's ready and willing to solve the crisis through dialogue, as countries like Russia, Germany, and the U.S. say they stand ready to mediate. Kilmany Dukart, TRT World.